Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast, where I'm drinking Jamba Juice.
And I am eating a cheese stick.
Mmm,
Yum.
cheese sticks. Sticks of phlegm. Mmm.
Don't do that. Oh, I am vegan in every sense of the word except for when it comes to cheese. Don't do this to me. I literally have a latte with almond milk.
That's literally not vegan, but okay. Um,
You will have to pry cheese from my cold, dead hands.
okay. How you been, Kelly?
Pretty good.
When are we going to Disneyland, Kelly?
You mean when are we going to the Warner Brothers Studios?
Why not both?
Why not both?
Long weekend.
But I want to go during Christmas time. I know you want to go during Halloween, but
Why not both? Like I literally just said. Nothing is stopping us from going for both.
True. I've been pretty good. I've been really hunkering down on the finding a new job thing because I want out.
I'm gonna start again.
What?
I'm gonna have to start again.
Why?
I thought I had this job in the bag, but I was supposed to hear back from them last week and haven't heard anything.
Oh no. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had an interview in a while because nobody wants me.
I can't stop having interviews. That's my problem.
Yeah. See, I don't know what's worse, having the interviews but not hearing back or not having the interviews.
It's definitely having the interviews and not hearing back.
Yeah, because that gets your hopes up.
Yeah.
It hurts more. So yeah, we're going through this disappointment again. I mean, I would love to have a sugar daddy or marry into a rich family so I don't have to work. That's the ultimate dream.
Yeah. But, I'm down for that too.
You know what? If I do get married to a rich man or I get a sugar daddy, you are coming. You better be nice to him or them. I am not picky, so you can be friends with them too and come on all our trips, please.
Oh, I'll always be nice to rich people.
Okay. I mean, you know what? It's their money. Be nice.
Mm-hmm. Whoever's paying, you be nice to them.
Yeah. And if they're mean to a waiter, I'll just tip them bigger
and
apologize profusely.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can't counteract that.
Yep.
How about you? How are you?
I went shopping today with Sabrina.
Ooh.
I spent a lot of money.
I was about to say. I was about to be like, what's that dent like? Is it an oof or is it an ouch?
It's an oof.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, but I have to tell you about Friday.
Okay, tell me about Friday.
Friday at work was so boring. I watched 2 movies.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I watched Miss Congeniality and The Mummy Returns.
Ooh. I haven't seen Miss Congeniality in a while. That's a good movie.
So yeah, I need a job that I can do something at. I'm so bored.
Oh my gosh, same.
All the time. I'm if I'm not watching a movie, I'm watching TikToks or I'm listening to music or I'm reading news articles. Rarely am I actually doing work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that much. I don't have that problem where I don't have any work. It's the problem that even if I do my work very slowly, I'm done in an hour. And then I have to act like I'm doing work so that he doesn't give me random tasks that also take me 5 minutes to do if I'm going slowly. Yeah. I'm just bored at work. I know I'm getting paid, but
same. Bored.
I'd rather be doing something.
Well, we can do something now. Are you ready to talk about Jurassic Park?
Heck yeah, I am.
Okay. This took me forever to take notes on.
Really?
Forever.
Why?
What?
Why?
There was a lot of back and forth. You'll see when I started reading the notes. A lot of back and forth.
Okay.
So the movie starts off with a group of military question mark and construction type men on an island called Isla Nublar off the coast of Costa Rica. And they're trying to transfer a dinosaur from a cage into an enclosure.
Mhm.
But the cage somehow gets loose, and the dinosaur drags a man inside and seemingly kills him.
Yes.
We never find out, but
We
like,
never find out,
he's
but it's
probably
implied.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, how did these people see this attack and think, you know what? I still want to work here. I'm gonna come in tomorrow.
Yeah. Coming to work tomorrow morning. Gonna bring my kids when it opens.
Right. Like bring your kids to work day. I'm
Mhm.
totally looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, like who thought that was fine?
Who knows? Who knows? No thoughts were happening with the
No.
planning of this park at all.
Absolutely not.
We then cut to the Dominican Republic. Whoa. I literally wrote Dominican Republican. The Dominican Republic.
Where are you vacationing this year? The Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic at his house.
We're good friends.
Yeah, we're great friends. We have conflicting political ideologies, but we're friends.
Mm-hmm. We make it work.
Yeah, make it work. Yeah, we're now at an amber mine in the Dominican Republic, and a lawyer named Donald Gennaro, sure, is looking for Jurassic Park owner John Hammond because the investors want an inspection of the park. Hammond isn't there, so he speaks to the foreman of the mine. I know nothing about mine, so I don't know if foreman is the right word. He seems to be in charge.
Yeah.
And he says that he already has people lined up, but the investors also want a Dr. Alan Grant. He's told that Grant will never come because he loves his work in Montana. And this is where I shit on Montana. So if you are from Montana, please skip ahead.
My auntie just moved to Montana.
I started off with a nice preface.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be completely rude, but I will tell you now, anyone in Montana would happily leave Montana for any reason. Have you seen Montana on a map? It's surrounded by states that are known for potatoes, Mount Rushmore, and Wyoming. And it's also right underneath the icy part of Canada. No one cares about Montana.
Yeah.
Montana rant is now over.
Onto your regularly scheduled podcast.
Yes. Sorry, Montana.
Sorry, but maybe not.
We then cut to Montana. And surprisingly, there are people there. We meet Dr. Grant and his partner, Dr. Ellie Sattler. And for some reason, in the middle of their dig site, they were giving a tour. Why?
Yeah.
We'll never know. He tells a kid about how velociraptors kill in packs and that you are alive when they eat you. Why
this man has never interacted with a child before.
Never.
And it really shows.
Yeah, because immediately after this, Alan and Ellie talk about children, and he states he does not want or like them. A helicopter then comes to the site, and we finally meet Hammond, and he invites them to see his park. And if they do, he'll fund their dig site for the next 3 years. So they agree.
And that comes back to our be nice to people with money.
Yeah. And it also goes back to my any reason to leave Montana.
Full circle,
Full
guys.
circle, full circle. It all comes together.
Yes, it does.
We then go to Costa Rica, and Jurassic Park programmer. Is that what he is?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't know.
Dennis Nitri meets with a competing biological company to steal embryos and sneak them out through fake shaving cream containers that are really mini cryotubes, even though they still work as shaving cream containers. How that works, who knows?
It probably wouldn't.
Would not. Especially with the size of those cryotube thingies. It would not.
Yeah.
But we'll go with
unless there's like one pump shaving cream at the top.
That's it.
That's it.
You get one try. And then we cut to a helicopter. And on the helicopter, we meet Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Yeah.
He specializes in chaos theory, ?
Yes. I just know that he talks about it.
That's what he said. He said he specializes in chaos theory.
Okay.
How that's a specialty, who knows?
I'm just going to take it.
Yeah. He begins to immediately hit on Ellie to Alan's chagrin.
Yes.
They arrive on the island, and Hammond takes them to the middle of a field where they are shown a Brachiosaurus and a bunch of other dinosaurs. We then get the iconic line, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Welcome to Jurassic Park. And then the iconic music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Great ride. Great ride. Ride it. Go to
Great ride.
Ride it. Great ride. Don't ride with me though, apparently.
Unless you have the same thickness of thighs.
Yeah.
Okay. If you
Which
don't,
you probably don't.
Yeah. Jordan's got thunder thighs. We're very proud of him.
Yeah.
But do not ride on any ride with him if there is one lap bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently you'll just fly out of your seat.
Yeah. Me, his cousin Brandy, and our friend almost died on that ride. Yeah,
I was having a great time, and
all I
hear is them screaming like they're about to die.
We were, and then we couldn't stop laughing the minute we were off because we were so full of adrenaline, and that the thought that we could have died.
They were fine. They were overreacting. Yeah, and so Hammond then takes the group to the Discovery Center, where they get on a ride that explains that they sequenced the DNA from dinosaurs from mosquitoes that were entombed in amber. Why they gave up how they did this, I will never understand.
I love how they're so confident that like nobody else will do it.
Yeah.
Or go looking.
Yeah.
They're just like, you know what? We're just going to tell them.
We'll tell them exactly how we did it.
Yeah. And what we used, when we did it.
And yet, for some reason, scientists are trying to steal our embryos.
Right.
Yeah. And so, while the ride is moving, Ellie, Alan, and Ian break the restraints open and go into the lab to look at dinosaur eggs. And
they get funny when the guy that's the lawyer, I don't know, that's supposed to look over the park for the investors.
Yeah.
The minute he sees the lab and the people in it, he's just like, are those animatronics?
He calls them autoerotics.
Yeah, autoerotics. And the guy's like, nah, those are our real researchers.
You think they're just we paid for walking robots?
Right. Like, that was so funny to me. I don't know why. Like, bro, can you not tell a human being from a robot?
Yeah, apparently not.
Apparently not.
And so, yeah, while inside of the lab, they learn that they are genetically engineered to be females so that they can control the population. Ian tells them that this is unnatural and that evolution will find a way. Yeah. They all learn that the baby that was born is a velociraptor, so they go see the adult ones. When they get to the velociraptor encounter, the velociraptors are being fed a cow and they watch as it's eaten. And then they immediately go eat after that.
Yeah, how any of them have an appetite?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would not be able to eat. I'm like, I'll take some water.
Right. You know what? I'm full.
I'm very full.
Very full. I had a big gulp of air outside, and that was enough for me.
That good Costa Rican air will just fill you right up.
Heck yeah.
And so, yeah, while they're eating, the lawyer starts talking. He's like, I want to charge upwards to $10,000. Who is going to go to this park?
Right.
That you've outpriced way too many people.
Yeah, you've made your audience that would come the 1%.
Yeah. And because you know what I could do for $10,000? I could probably go on a month-long trip to Europe.
Yeah, and it'd be more worth it.
Yeah.
Than spending one day in a park.
Ian thinks that the park is dangerous genetically because they are bringing back animals that had their chance to live, but
not wrong.
Lost. Ellie and Alan agree, and this bewilders Hammond. He's very shocked that people are like, why did you do this?
He's like, but bro, I showed you dinosaurs. And he's like, Dad, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You showed us dinosaurs.
I should not be seeing these monstrosities.
Exactly. They should be where they were left.
There's a reason we were not alive at the same time as them. Get rid of them.
Right.
And then they meet Hammond's grandchildren, Tim and Lex. Why they're there, who knows?
He must really hate his grandchildren.
Yeah, and then they all go on a tour of the park on Jeep vehicles on a track. At the beginning of the tour, no dinosaurs can be seen, and it disappoints everybody. And we cut to the control room, and Hammond is arguing with Dennis because there are glitches in the system.
They really should have just fired this guy.
Yeah, right? Why they kept him, I'll never understand.
Right.
The group gets to the T-Rex section of the tour, and yet again see no dinosaur. And despite Hammond trying to tempt the dinosaur out with a goat chained to a pole.
That does not seem humane.
It does not at all. They move on, and Alan opens the car door and leaves because there were no locks put on these doors.
Yeah,
Going through this park.
Who made this park?
Yeah, going through this park full of dinosaurs. Yeah. There were no locks on the door.
Right.
Lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, they would have been shut down in their first year.
Yeah, first week. The many OSHA violations that are happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And so Ellie follows after him, and Hammond has the vehicle stopped, and then everyone gets out. And so Hammond starts yelling in the control room because there are no locks on the cars.
Yes.
While walking, the group comes across a sick triceratops being tended to by a vet? ?
I don't know. Dinosaur specialists?
Sure. Ellie thinks that a plant is making the dinosaur sick and decides to check its poop to make sure. A storm is brewing, so Hammond sends the staff off the island, and the rest of the group goes back to the Discovery Center while Ellie stays with the quote-unquote vet to tend to the Triceratops.
Quote-unquote vet.
Because how could you be a vet for an animal that doesn't exist?
Doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't have gone to school for that.
No. Dennis uses the storm as a cover to go steal the embryos and sets the security system to shut down. On the way back to the Discovery Center, the group's cars shut down because of the bug that Dennis put into the system.
Mhm.
And while Dennis is trying to drive back to the dock, he hits a pole and gets lost, while Hammond and the rest of the people in the control room are scrambling to fix the system because for some reason only one person knows how to work the
Knows
security
how to,
system.
yeah. I don't think any of these people know how to run anything.
Nothing was thought out when this park was built.
Mm-mm.
They were like,
Mm-mm.
that's a cool idea. Let's just do it.
Yeah. One rich man said, "You know what? I've got an idea," and
I've
everyone's
got
like,
an idea and I've
let's
got
hear
money.
it."
And they were
Right.
like, cool.
Got it.
So the group is bored in their cars when the T-Rex finally comes out and eats the goat from earlier. And the goat's leg ends up on the car of the kids and Donald.
That's so gross.
So Donald gets scared and runs out of the car, leaving the children, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he hides in the bathroom.
Why he thought he could outrun and hide from a dinosaur.
Stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the T-Rex then breaks down the fence, which is no longer electrified, and goes after the kids in the car because they decided it was a good idea to shine lights and close the doors very loudly.
Yeah, like if y'all just like, I get the light because I'm sure you would want to see, but the door.
He slammed that door.
He slammed that door. I literally would have just, if I wouldn't have closed it, I would have just pulled it towards the car.
Yeah.
Or would have just left it. Because at that point, if I don't make a noise and if he doesn't see me, I'm alive.
Yeah, you're alive. Alan and Ian distract the dinosaur with flares. And Donald gets eaten after the dinosaur knocks down the walls of the bathroom. And this also knocks out Ian. Alan gets...
Yeah, I'm confused about how that happened.
Yeah,
anyway.
Didn't make sense at all.
You just see Ian go down.
Yeah, he's just down.
Mm-hmm.
How did it happen? Who knows? Was he even near the bathroom? No.
No,
but you know, yeah. Alan gets the kids and narrowly escapes getting eaten and having a car fall on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Good job. Good for him.
A car in which Tim is inside of.
Mm-hmm.
And stays inside of. Back at the control center, Hammond figures out what Dennis did and has his head gamekeeper, Robert Molden, go find his grandkids, and Ellie decides to tag along. While all of this is happening, Dennis is still trying to make it to the dock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like 20 minutes and he still hasn't reached it.
It's been like 20 minutes, and when he called the guy at the dock, he was like, "You have 5."
Yeah. Yeah. No one thought this plan through.
And so while he's trying to make it to the dock, he accidentally drives off a small cliff and gets stuck. But he sees via sign that he is near the cliff. So he tries to like get the car out of the mud, which I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
He was like wrapping wire around a tree. Don't know what he was trying to do at all.
Yeah, me neither.
And so he falls down and loses his glasses and ends up in an area with dinosaurs. What kind of dinosaurs these are, I don't know. Didn't look it up. They spit venom.
Yeah.
That's all I know. The dinosaurs kill him because he isn't scared at first because they're small.
Dumb.
When it comes to dinosaurs, be afraid of the small ones.
Yeah, just be afraid of dinosaurs in general.
Yeah, just cautionary, be afraid. But especially the small ones with like razor sharp looking teeth.
Yeah.
Be very afraid. Please. And then how did that dinosaur get into the car? I need that that explained to me immediately, because only one door was open and he was getting into the car. So how did it get in there?
Right. Do dinosaurs know how to open doors?
I mean, apparently they do,
Yeah,
but
did they engineer them to open car doors and only car doors?
maybe. And so we cut back to Alan, and he helps Tim climb out of a tree he's stuck in before he can either fall to his death or be crushed to death by the car that is also in the tree. That car did not like them.
No, it did not.
Ellie and Robert get to the T-Rex enclosure, and they see what happened and find pieces of Donald and an unconscious Ian. Robert and Ellie, and they're like unfazed by this. Like they see pieces of human whatever they saw, and they're like, oh, he's over here and over here.
Yeah. And then they just gloss over it.
Yeah.
No one's appalled. They're just like, oh yeah, there's two pieces of him. Rip.
Yeah, they find an unconscious Ian. Robert and Ellie, then he like wakes up immediately though.
Yeah, which is weird.
Weird. Robert and Ellie are looking at the wreckage of the other car, and then they start to get chased by the T-Rex, and so they run back to their car. While driving away from it, they narrowly get away.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like if that giant tree branch wasn't there to slow it down a little bit,
they would have been done.
They would have been done. Alan and the kids climb into a tree and watch brachiosauruses. Is that what they were?
Yes.
Sure. And then they fall asleep.
This was the part where I said, local man says he hates kids, accidentally adopts 2 kids on death vacation.
Yeah, he fell in love with those kids really fast.
He really did. He's all like, man, I hate kids. Never having them. 20 minutes later.
These are my children and I would die for them.
Right. I've had them for less than a day. But if anything happens to them, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Then we go back to the Discovery Center, and Hammond and Ellie are having a heart-to-heart where he tells her about his first attraction, which was a flea circus, and that he wanted to have this park his entire life, and that he can still make the park perfect. She then checks him, and she's like, you need to wake up, because this park is dangerous. People are dead, and your loved ones and mine are in danger. Yeah. So let's work on that first. Yeah. The next morning, Ellen and the kids awake to a brachiosaurus eating from their tree, and Lex gets sneezed on. Yay!
Yay! Cute dinosaurs.
While making their way through the jungle, Alan comes across eggs and realizes that the amphibian DNA used to fill in the genes of the dinosaurs made them able to change their sexes to reproduce. How that worked, who knows?
And how nobody brought that up in a meeting. That they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe frog DNA is not the best because you know why? They can change their sex.
And what's very funny is this is not the first time them using certain amphibian DNA has bit them in the butt in this movie series.
Yeah. Literally.
They really need to stop using that DNA.
I know. It feels like after this movie, it makes sense, the other movies, and then they do Jurassic Park. No, Jurassic World.
Yeah. That's the one.
Did nobody record what happened in Isla Nublar?
No, probably not.
Like did everyone just wipe their brains of like why dinosaurs should not come back a second time?
Apparently. Yeah. And so back at the command center, Hammond wants to shut down the system to reboot it, but is warned against it. But he does it anyway.
Yeah.
Luckily, it works.
Yeah, right. The one thing that does work.
Yeah. but the circuit breakers are shut down. So Mr. Arnold, Samuel L. Jackson,
Yes.
goes to flip them back on. He's gone for too long, so Ellie and Robert goes to see what's wrong. And when they walk out, they see that the raptors have escaped their enclosure.
Yep.
Robert goes after the raptors while Ellie goes to help Mr. Arnold. Meanwhile, Alan and the kids begin to climb an electric fence to get out of the enclosure, even though the kids could have gone through it.
Yeah. He was the only one that would have had to climb.
Yeah, the kids could have went through it.
And he's like, you know what? I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. If I have to climb, you have to climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alan and Lex get over, but Tim gets scared and stays hanging on. While this is happening, Ellie is turning the power back on. So a warning light begins to flash, indicating that the electric fence is about to start back up. Tim is about to jump, but the fence turns back on and he gets zapped off. Like he's like a minimum of 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And gets shot back like 10 feet.
Yeah. And I know it's not supposed to be funny, but for some reason it is.
It's funny.
Like the way it just the way it shocks him off.
Whatever mannequin they use.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It retains his form from his climbing and it just like poops him off.
And let me tell you, there were signs that said there were like 10,000 volts. The fact that his heart didn't explode. He survives this. Yeah, he survives. Yeah. His heart didn't explode. All the like blood in his body didn't begin to boil is astounding.
Right.
Astounding.
Right.
Yeah, so Ellie turns the power back on for everything and yay. But then she gets attacked by a raptor. And so she thinks she locks it in a cage. And then a hand falls on her shoulder and she's like, oh, Mr. Arnold, thank gosh. But it's a dismembered arm.
Yes.
So she books it out of there.
Mm-hmm. As she should.
Yes, but she makes it out, y'all.
Yeah,
she makes it out. She locks the dinosaur in and she makes it out. Robert, on the other hand, is still hunting the raptors, but it turns out that they were actually hunting him and he gets killed.
Why he thought he could hunt a raptor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He knew there was more than one of them. Why he thought it was by itself is weird to me.
Yeah.
And so Alan is able to bring Tim back to life somehow. And they make it back to the Discovery Center. Alan goes to look for help and the kids eat all the food that's been left out. Which, ew.
Don't do that.
Alan goes out and sees Ellie and they embrace. While the kids are eating, raptors come into the Discovery Center. So they go hide in the kitchen. Meanwhile, Ellie clues everyone in on what's happening and tells them that there are 2 raptors on the loose because she trapped one in the circuit breaker area. The 2 raptors chase the kids around the kitchen and they trap one in the freezer. They get out and Alan and Ellie take them to the control room where they find out that raptors can open doors.
Yes.
Like literally they close the door and the raptor goes
is that, oh, you thought?
He's like, I know how this works, sir.
I know how this works. I'm not uncivilized. I know how to open a door.
Yeah. Yeah, and so while Alan and Ellie are trying to hold the door closed, Lex uses her hacker skills to reboot the security system. Now that the system is back online, they're able to lock the door. And then they call Hammond and ask for him to call a helicopter. right before the raptor breaks through the glass window. The raptor's like, okay, I was trying to be nice and use the front
Right.
door.
Right.
I guess I'm going to have to go the extreme way.
Right. Y'all thought you could keep me out.
Yeah, you can't keep me out.
You can't.
They escape through the air vents and make it to the lobby of the Discovery Center, where they are cornered by the raptor that was in the control room and the one that Ellie thought she locked in the circuit breaker room.
I'd be so pissed if I found out that the one that I thought that I captured actually was not.
Also knew how to open doors. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're cornered, but they're saved by the T-Rex. Oh my gosh, I put, instead of putting THE for the, I put THEE. So it's the T-Rex, like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes. Megan the T-Rex. The T-Rex comes in, instead of roaring, it's
I need to learn how to edit videos so I can make that.
Yes.
Yeah, so the T-Rex kills both of the raptors, and they run outside, and Hammond drives them to the helipad, and Alan tells him he is not going to endorse Jurassic Park.
No.
Hammond, Alan, and Ellie, and Ian, whatever, and the kids. Ian
Just
does nothing.
He
Ian does
forgets.
nothing in this movie.
I
Sorry.
mean, he was injured.
And
honestly, though, he was literally just the hot, like, side
eye
character.
candy. Yeah.
He literally was. And I think Jeff Goldblum was fine with that.
And so they all fly. It's okay. He gets his own movie later.
Yeah, he does.
I think it's the next one. But yeah. And so the kids fly away in the helicopter in silence.
They're traumatized.
Ellie smiles at Alan because he's great with kids. And he watches as pelicans fly over the water. Are there pelicans in Costa Rica? I'll never know.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie. Are you ready for the movie facts?
Yes, I am.
Quite a few.
Okay.
The T-Rex occasionally malfunctioned due to rain because it wasn't supposed to get wet.
Jeez.
Also, the T-Rex's roar was a combination of dog, penguin, tiger, alligator, and elephant sounds.
What?
How those all came together to make a roar, I'll never know.
Yeah, like, who thought all of those would work?
Did not know penguins made noise.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's one of those, like, they turned on, like, one of those, they turned on an electric piano, and then they had, like, you know, every key has a different animal noise, and just went like key smash, and then they just found what like a section that sounded good. Yeah.
So you know how they encountered the sick Triceratops, and how it's never explained why it's sick.
Yes.
In the novel and in the original screenplay, it's explained that Triceratops lacked suitable teeth for grinding food. And so, like birds, they would use shallow rocks and use them as gizzard stones. And then in the digestive tract, these rocks would grind the food to aid in digestion. And then after 6 weeks, the rocks would become too smooth to be useful. And so the animals would throw them up. Jeez, and so when finding and eating new rocks to use, the animals would also swallow the West Indian lilac berries, those things that Ellie was talking about.
Oh, yes.
And so the only reason why she didn't find those in their bellies was because they were throwing them up. So they were eating the poisonous stuff. Yeah. Fun fact. In 2005, paleontologist Dr. Mary Schweitzer discovered red blood cells and soft tissue in the fossilized bones of a T-Rex, meaning that dinosaur cloning may someday become a reality.
No.
Let's
No,
not do
that's
that.
not.
Never.
We literally have like 5 movies that suggest
We have
no.
we have 5, almost 6 movies suggesting why it's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't even try.
Let's leave them as the gasoline they are.
Yeah.
No.
I'm good with the fossils that I see in the museums. I don't
Yeah.
need to see them for real.
I really don't.
It's
Especially since
okay.
I found out that velociraptors are supposed to be covered in fur. That sounds
Oh yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. We are 100% okay.
Yeah. Last one. Several years
Okay.
after this movie wrapped, it was discovered due to fossil impressions of velociraptor skin that they are feathered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're feathered. So Dr. Grant was right when he said that their common
birds.
ancestors are birds.
So it's like a murder chicken.
Yeah, disgusting.
It's a murder chicken.
Don't ever want to see that.
Don't ever want to see that. Do not clone one.
No, please.
Just add feathers to the bones that you have in the museums. Yeah. Okay, just no. Don't.
Go get the guy from Death Becomes Her and just have him like make some fake
right
ones.
Just it's not taxidermy because they're not real, but like just make them up, make models.
I don't need to see a live one ever.
I really don't. No, the world does not need that.
Okay, Kelly, is this movie iconic?
Of course it is.
Yes.
This started the dinosaur obsession.
Okay? It did.
Every kid had that little dinosaur obsession. It lasted maybe a year, for others maybe longer, but all of us had a dinosaur obsession. Mm-hmm. Also, this music is iconic. Mm-hmm. Yes. We got Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Hot arm candy, side character. Every movie should have one. Great story. I mean, come on now.
Yes.
It's all around iconic.
And the movie still holds up for the most part.
It really does.
For the most part, the dinosaurs still look real.
Yeah. It's so good.
And it's still a franchise to this day.
Right. Like if you can survive the test of time.
Yeah. You're pretty iconic. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any recommendations for this week?
Yes, I do. I have 2 songs. The first one, I know you had a comment about my Cocoa Pebbles song last week.
Oh, God.
Or the week before.
What is it now?
This one is called The Muffin Song. By Sean Burdham and Amanda McDonald.
I'm at a loss for words. I wanted to start throwing jokes at you, but I can't even think of anything at this moment.
I swear I am not 5 and listening to like nursery rhymes or anything, because that's what the title suggests.
You most definitely are.
But I swear the Muffin
I bet if I grabbed your phone at this moment, the Dragon Tales theme song would start playing.
Shut up. That song is a bop though. Can I just say?
You guys see what I have to deal with.
It's a cute song though. It's a cute song.
What is the next song?
The next song is it has a regular title. It's called Like the Movies, and I hope I'm saying the artist's name correctly. Laufey?
Okay.
Laufey? Okay. Laufey.
Laufey, okay.
One or the other. Good song. It's not a 5-year-old nursery rhyme kind of type of song. Does that mean I can recommend Dragon Tales next week?
No.
What if I find like a really good trap remix?
Ew, no, really no.
I'm gonna see if those exist. Tell us your recommendations.
My first one is good music.
Shut up.
It's Aaliyah's One in a Million album. It's now on Spotify.
Oh,
Been listening to it for
right.
2 days.
You're right.
Excellence. R&B excellence.
Excellence.
Hmm.
You know what? I'm so sad Aaliyah's gone, but like imagine the kind of music she could have been coming out with.
The music we could have
I'm
done.
just saying.
Yes.
The life I could have lived if I just had new Aaliyah music.
Apparently there's some unreleased tracks out there. So maybe we will.
Mm-hmm.
I know Drake used one of her unreleased tracks for a song. He Who Shall Not Be Named has used one of her tracks in a song.
No, so, I know that song.
So they're out there.
They are out there. Let's just get them to better artists.
Or just released on their own.
Or just released on there because she's a boss on her own.
On her own. My second recommendation is The Prince on HBO Max. Hilarious.
Really?
Hilarious. It's a show about Prince George. It's like an animation show.
Mm-hmm.
It's about Prince George and the royal family.
Really?
It's so funny. They constantly make fun of Camilla. They constantly make fun of the fact that Harry and Meghan are broke now. They constantly, even though he has already passed, they constantly make fun of how close to death Prince Philip was.
I mean, he looked as thin as a tissue.
The last episode I watched, they couldn't get his mouth to open. It was hilarious. They were trying to feed him and they couldn't get his mouth to open. Oh. So funny. And like Charlotte is like a spy, like a Russian spy, and this it's hilarious. Please watch it. It's on HBO Max. Just watch it. But yeah, that's it for me this week. Don't for Kelley. Bye. Bye. This recording is over. Follow us on our social media at SY2II podcast. Figure out the rest. Send us your movie requests or your movie stories. Did you watch this movie in theaters? Did you also love dinosaurs growing up? Let us know.
Are you a paleontologist?
Are you a paleontologist? Do velociraptors actually have feathers?
Right. Are you for the actual real life dinosaur cloning that could potentially happen?
Yeah. Destroy those samples, please.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
Our email is sy2iipodcast@gmail.com. Share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us wherever you listen. Mm-hmm. We're on Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, a whole bunch of other stuff I can't remember.
It's endless.
You could also rate and review us on Apple Podcasts because that really helps us out. I would love to get a sponsor one day.
Ooh, Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
Candles. Sweater weather candles. What?
Yeah. So rate and review us. Subscribe to us so that I can get free candles. Mm-hmm. Thanks. Also, wear your mask, please. Por favor. Please get vaccinated. Please. I promise you're not so important that the government is trying to track you. I promise you. And even if they are trying to track you, your phone does that.
We're
Yep.
just saying.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You
Also,
know,
this is us asking nicely.
this is me acting nicely. If it gets any worse, I'm gonna stop asking nicely.
Yeah, we'll hunt you down.
I'll hunt you down.
Yeah.
I'm very resourceful.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's gotten shows to come back for another season. If he can do that just by his words,
I can find you.
yeah,
I'm actually very good at looking people up. Very good at
very
it.
good.
Yeah. Wear your mask, get vaccinated, wash your hands,
Please.
wash your mask.
Yeah, that's not optional.
Don't reuse the same mask every day without washing it. Yeah, and stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.